and today we're talking about the Olympics and some of the new sports that might be added, and there are 5 left in contention, so we're going to talk about which ones we think should be added and which ones we don't. I think they should all be added, honestly. So we just wanted to let you guys know what the options are, and the whole thing about it is that they're saying that younger people don't watch the Olympics. So that's why they're trying to get these new sports, which I'm like, I watched the Olympics.
I watched the Olympics. I've been watching it for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, so I thought that was like a weird reason
That's been
why.
something that my family has been doing every single time. Is we sit down and watch the Olympics.
And it's not just the Summer Olympics either.
Yeah,
the Winter Olympics too.
Oh, I love them. My point is actually, I'll go into it then. So I really want to see skateboarding in the Olympics. Why? Is because guys like Shaun White, who dominated all of the different categories in the Winter Olympics for the past 3 Olympics, he comes in and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up skateboarding. I'm good at snowboarding. Might as well. And won like 3 different X Games in all these different half pipe and like the super jump, and I don't know the specific name for it, but Shaun White, who was a snowboarder, came into a different sport where he had never played before, and it's just cool. It's like something very similar to snowboarding, and I think that would be very cool to see in the Summer Olympics. Just another fun, sport. It's like an evolving kind of thing. Kids are doing it a lot. People have been skateboarding for a while, but it's something that'll maybe draw in the younger crowd.
Yeah. So skateboarding, yes or no for you guys?
I'd say yes. I mean, like you said, a lot of the kids are doing it. It's universal, so why not try it out?
Yeah, I mean, they got yes for me. I don't really see anything wrong with skateboarding. I mean, there's always health issues with every sport, people get hurt and things like that. But no, I'm all about skateboarding.
Okay, so I think it should be included, but I will say why it shouldn't, just so that we have a different opinion.
I also have a opinion against it.
The main thing, there's this online petition that says that skateboarding is not a sport, and it's created by skateboarders, which is the funniest. I thought that it was created by random people, but it's created by skateboarders because they said it's all about the fun of it, the lifestyle. It has like its own culture, and they don't want to mesh with the Olympics, the TV, the all this branding and corporate sponsorship. So they're like, that's really counterintuitive to the skateboarding culture.
Yeah, I understand that. I think that skateboarding would be cool, would add a different kind of viewership, but I do understand how it's very different than the original categories like the track and field.
Like the classic.
The classic
Roman
Olympic stuff. Exactly.
But it's like also it would be like the summer equivalent of snowboarding, kind of.
Right. Exactly.
Snowboarding,
it's very exciting.
Yeah.
People being really good at a sport is just really cool to see. Regardless, see somebody that's really good at, what's the Canadian sport where they
curling.
Curling is even cool when you can get a team that consistently gets in the. I mean, it's not that exciting of a sport, but it's just cool. It's just cool to see, like professionalism in sports.
Oh yeah. Okay, now surfing, kind of similar. Yes or no?
Surfing is a no for me.
No.
Yeah, I just don't really. I mean, it goes back to the same thing almost with skateboarding. Yeah, people compete with surfing and things like that, but then we're talking about the Olympics, which is bringing everybody around the world to surf, which is not really what everybody around the world does in many different countries. So it's like how much support can you actually draw into the Olympics? That's why I say no.
Okay, you're no.
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I mean, in Japan over there with those waves, surfing would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can't really just consider it being a one-time event if we're going to add it to the Olympics. So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I think it's, it would be cool to see someone being a professional, surfer and going and competing for your country in any kind of sport. It would be very cool to see, but I feel like there's a certain element of, well, how long would it take for someone to like figure out, okay, this wave is good enough for me, and how long it would take. Just saying that there's too much variable in sport. Like skateboarding and surfing are pretty comparable, but the half pipe is not going to change regardless of what kind of skateboarder you are. You're on a level playing field.
And that's what happened in the last Winter Olympics, where the snow got like melty.
Right, the snow started to melt. Yeah,
and then some people didn't do as well.
Exactly.
It's just not fair.
It's not like there's obviously varying levels of ability in snowboarding, but you're at a very big disadvantage if you're trying to snowboard on ice and slush than you are on nice powder. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's just a fact.
That's a good point. Yeah, so it's like the extra variable.
Exactly. Like, you
Okay.
can't really control
I
that.
was going to say yes, but I think I switched. You convinced
I
me.
switched you over.
Yeah,
Nice.
well, just like a little background, it would be 2 events. So yeah, I don't know how long that would take. It'd be 20 men, 20 women is what they're proposing. And so at first, to like combat the whole, like, you know, who knows what the waves would be like, they were going to do man-made waves, which everyone was super against because that's awful. I think that is awful.
Kind of.
And also they were saying it would be on a real beach, so people could be like surfing right next to them. So it's like a normal or like sun like tanning next to them.
And
So
so
it'd
they
be
don't
weird.
even want next. They don't even want to try.
Okay, karate.
I'm gonna say yes. For me, I think karate's awesome. One, having grown up, my brother had done karate, so I kind of have a little background in karate. And also, it's in Japan, which karate did originate in Japan, in what is now Okinawa, Japan. So even though there are a number of already fighting or combat sports in the Olympics, I think adding karate, which is one of the foundations of those sports, would be awesome. Number 1 for the culture of Japan, and number 2 for the long run. You kind of get another one in there. I know the combat sports are kind of the ones that people really don't tend to watch, but I mean, you put in a sport like karate, you get a bunch of people from all over the world showcasing themselves and representing their country. So I'm going to say yes on karate, on my personal bias. So.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Just 'cause it's in Tokyo. Come on.
Yeah,
you have
gotta
to do
give them
karate.
some leeway.
Like if there's any time to add it, it should be for Tokyo. And then it's not even just men's competition. There's going to be 35% women competitors too. So that would be
It's
cool.
going to be a nice event. Yeah.
Sports climbing. This is one of the more unique ones, which is like essentially rock climbing. I don't know if sports climbers would be mad at me.
I'm not really big on the sports climbing.
Yeah, only because we really don't know much about it.
And then, I mean, there's a big safety with, and like health issues with a lot of things, but if you think about trying to speed climb, whatever,
That's true.
that's not the best option that you're trying to do right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure about sports climbing. Maybe in a few years.
Yeah, I mean, it's like like it's in 140 countries, and then there's 35 million climbers around the world. So that's a lot of people. Let's say I don't know anyone who's a sports climber.
No,
But
right?
apparently there are a lot of sports climbers out there. So I'm going to say no, just because I'd like to see something more mainstream from them before the Olympics, just so you kind of get an idea.
Maybe their own event or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of thinking about what I wanted to say.
You can just say yes or no. You don't need to.
He has to analyze it, of course.
No. I would rather see a sport that would attract maybe more attention than this. I personally, if it's skateboarding or sports climbing, I would much rather watch skateboarding just because it's a little bit more exciting. I don't think it's the most pressing sport that they could be adding.
Yes.
I mean, the other thing I'm thinking about is sports climbing. Are they climbing a whole mountain? So it's going to take like a day for them? Or is it like a 40-yard dash on a mountain?
Yeah, it said it'd take 4 days, but then there's 3 disciplines. So clearly one of them has to take multiple days.
Yeah, I don't know how that would all work out in the scheme of things. I don't know.
I think it'd be very confusing to viewers.
There's way too much going on with that.
With sports climbing, this could be going on for hours and hours, and you're just like, okay, well, I tuned in an hour ago and saw him climbing, and
Still
an hour later, oh wait, he's still doing the same thing in what looks like the same location. So I don't know, like
that's true.
If you don't really have a appreciation of it, you probably wouldn't watch it as much. Personally, if I see someone climbing a rock, I probably would say, okay, he's been doing the same thing for like 2 hours. It's probably very difficult, but I probably would rather watch.
Yeah, monotonous.
A different
sport. If you are a sports climber and disagree, you can leave a comment below and
please
tell us.
do.
Yeah, because we would love to know more about sports.
Explain to us how it's going to work out, actually. That's what I think we really want to know.
Basically.
How everything goes, so.
Exactly. And then finally, and I think this is the most pressing, is baseball and softball. So they haven't been in the game since 2008. Which is crazy, and since they're popular in Japan, it kind of makes sense bringing that back in. And I mean, it's baseball. People say it's not a global sport, but it's played in more than 140 countries.
Yeah,
it is.
That's a ton. And then the big thing about that is Japan already has the facilities for baseball, since they train so many people, and so they wouldn't have to build new infrastructure for that. So it's really like low risk adding baseball. And then also, this is the big thing why people say it should not be added, is because Major League Baseball would change their schedule.
That was my reasoning for it. Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't only affect American-based players. There's Dominican Republic players there. There's Puerto Rican players. There's players all over the world that are currently playing there, even from Japan, that are in the MLB. So it's tough to kind of take them away from their own team.
So yes
So,
or no?
no
Yes.
I mean, no for me for that reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have to say no just for that reason.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. That I love watching basketball in the Olympics just because it's all of our like heroes that are playing, that are all-stars. It's basically, you know, an all-star game every game for the United States basketball team. It's LeBron and D Wade and Kobe and like Michael Jordan. I mean, the MLB has players from everywhere. I think that's the only other sport really in the United States besides soccer and basketball that has guys from everywhere. It'd be so cool to watch an MLB Olympics, but since it's not, and you're not even getting guys that are going into the MLB like this year, you're getting like freshmen and sophomores from college teams that I would probably rather watch skateboarding. It's a little bit more. I keep coming back with skateboarding. Guys, I was very impressed with Shaun White when I saw him.
He's phenomenal.
I have to go against all of you guys because
obviously you do.
Of course.
But
you want to see DeGrom in the Olympics?
He can't be in the Olympics. So it has to be college players. It's only college players. The MLB, like, no one could be in it because they wouldn't change their schedule. But I mean, I would love to see DeGrom in it, but that's not a possibility. But in 2000, they won the gold. And it was all college students, one senior, the rest were freshmen and sophomores. And they won the gold. So it's...
Maybe if they put like an age cap on it kind of thing. But then again, it goes back to Ross's point of quality of baseball. It's just, you want that top tier.
If you win the gold and you're just college students...
Were they playing against other college students?
No.
I mean, because if you think about gymnastics, you're talking about girls who are like 14, 16. So them being college students really doesn't matter when it comes to age. I mean,
I think it's awesome that they're not pro and they could still win the gold.
If they're willing to do it, then yeah.
Then just one last thing to add, that in 2008, Jake Arrieta was on the team.
The man.
Yeah, so I'm saying there are good people going to the majors.
Did you know if he played back then?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch any of the games, but he was on the roster.
Phenomenal.
So.
That was cool.
Good.
So it's cool to see them before they're in the majors and go huge. So baseball, I'm the lone yes, unfortunately. So thanks guys for watching this segment of Outboxed Sports. Make sure you comment below and let us know what sports you want to see. And if you think we're all wrong, you can let us know as well. So I mean, we will accept dislikes on this one. But normally give us a like.
Only for Manny's part.
True, okay. And yeah, but if you did like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit in the upper left hand corner. Follow us on social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Outboxed Sports. And also hit our videos to the right to see more. Bye guys!